I know this was kind of a bucket list moment for you to get to do it, so give us an idea, like, what was the experience like in there for you?
Man, you know what? It was, before anything, I walked into the arena just to check out the place. I was watching the lights go and just got a different sense of energy, man. It was amazing. Like, yeah, it lifted me in a different way. You know, because of the time difference, it's still kind of like sometimes offset, but the second I walked into the arena, I was awake. And that's before warming up, that's before, you know, getting G'd up myself. Just looking at the lights and the cage and how everything was unbelievable. And then when I stepped in there, just feels at home, man. It felt great. It felt great.
Your vibe all week has been kind of different. I wonder if it's like, you know, not having to be a headliner, maybe it's not fighting in Europe where maybe the attention's a little bit more, maybe it's not being in like a rivalry fight where there's, I mean, what has it been about you this week?
I think I've just been a tourist. So as soon as I got here, I've just been, like I said, I think I said to you before, I keep forgetting I was here to fight because I'm having so much fun in Japan. I'm just going around, I've been shopping way too much. Just going around and just really embracing the culture. So I think that's what's kind of offset me a little bit in terms, because it wasn't always about the fight the whole time. So yeah, I think that's where the different energy came from.
Nice. Your performance in there, I mean, it was obvious you were comfortable early. I mean, You talked about, you know, hey, kind of feeling them out, and then once you know what the guy's got, that's when you can get loose. Do you remember the moment where you're like, oh, he does that for me tonight?
Yeah, you know what, he was playing a little bit awkward, really closed, wasn't opening up very much, but still applying pressure. So it took me a little bit longer to try and figure out exactly what range and what I want to do. And then I'd say I started to open up a bit more myself in the second round. And that's when I was just like, it's game over. I hit him with a shot and he went down. And he's tough though, man. That shot, that should have ended the fight. And he just got back up like it was nothing. I had to look at my hands like, it's not working. But just from then on, I knew I had won.
Yeah, the one that ended it, I mean, were you confident as soon as you landed? Like, that's that?
As soon as it landed, again, you can kind of tell by the way somebody's body switches off where you're at with that person. So I just knew.
Well, you're known for your celebrations, and we all kind of noticed that you were very just kind of, you didn't kind of showboat or celebrate at all. Was that something to do with being here?
100%. For me, I always say I'm very aware of my surroundings. You gotta read the crowd. You gotta read just the moment. And for me, just coming over here kind of brought back a lot of old school memories of my martial arts youth days and having to bow for everything. I remember accidentally bowing to cross the road one time just because it was such a habitual thing. So yeah, it was just nice to just switch off. That's why I made my entrance the thing. You know, being a massive Naruto fan, I made that the thing to stand out, and then everything else was just showing respect.
Nice. Obviously, you want to enjoy the moment, but I do want to ask you what's next. Lorenz came in here. He was very respectful. In fact, he said he didn't really want to fight you. He likes you so much. So, I mean, because a lot of people were floating that would be a great fight, especially after what you guys did tonight. But I'm curious. I mean, you're trying to get back to that number one, contender spot. He thinks he's a number one contender, but he missed weight. So I'm just kind of curious, like, how you see things shaping out right now, and have you done enough now to get back to Lima?
You know what? I just find, for me, Lima's response quite weird. It just kind of says a lot about maybe where his head's at a little bit in terms of he wanted to fight me before, and then I came back quite quickly and I had a few fights, and still he's now kind of not interested. And talks of him going up and this and that. It feels like he's now trying to distance himself as much as possible. Everybody else is what it is. I'm just going to keep fighting until he can't get away from me, and I will get that. I will get that back. That's the only thing that's sitting on my record. So I'm only going to be reminded of you over and over and over again. So I'm coming back, and it's going to be a fun night that night.
How do you? I mean, I'm just gonna say that in a point blank. I mean, you look online, people are like, this wasn't a quality opponent. This wasn't a quality. You've heard all like, does that annoy you? Like what? Like.
You know what? Where I'm at now, I find it a bit of a compliment, and because we already know, for the people that truly understand MMA, they know these opponents. They know what they've gone through. They know their standard, and they're still calling them a can. That just means I'm making them look like that. You know what I mean? It says I'm on the right track in terms of the style of, the fashion that I'm winning in. So, although it's about, everyone keeps going on about this crushing cans thing, I'm going to start agreeing with you, and anybody can get it. Again, I'm a massive fan of animes. Naruto is one of my favorite ones. I had this about 3 years ago at Comic-Con. In fact, longer than that. It was about four years ago in Comic-Con in London.
Wow.
So I bought it, and then we were talking about Japan and the celebration. I was like, I've got something here. And then I had a few other bits and pieces that I actually got over here. So
right.
yeah.